Today on Fiveman, we're taught if you're willing to play God and burgeon new life, you'd better be as equally willing to put whatever monstrous creature you create out of its misery. The misery you yourself instilled within it. And on the subject of miserable beings, my name is James.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speaking Sentai. Oh, yes, guys. Like I said, I actually did say this time, my name is James, and oh boy, we got some crusty floors in our apartment, and I brought up, I was like, well, it's either the crunchy floors, and I brought up either that's a Nicole issue with her little seeds spread around. Oh my God, you get into a crack, and then it's like that Tupac book where it's like, rose growing from concrete cracks. I haven't read it since I was a sixth grader and saying like, oh, I gotta get into this Tupac poetry. You really don't,
it
guys.
Sounds more like Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Oh, like a fake poetry book?
No, like I feel like they say that in one of their songs.
Oh, yeah, I do believe on Incredible Thoughts.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
They probably do. Maybe that's a shout out to the late, great Tupac. I don't know, but it's either that or the cat's just with litter. I'm surprised Nicole did not say like, oh, it could be you just jazzing on the floor.
Wow, yeah, because that's a thing that I would say.
You always say stuff like that. You've been getting blue as of late.
I do not.
In both politics and humor. As of late for both of those.
Yeah.
You are down the middle centrist. You were like, yes, I'm libertarian.
But now I'm just like, whatever's the sexiest.
Yeah. Even in politics?
That's what you said.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm saying like blue as
you
in...
said blue in politics.
But I'm not saying like, I'm meaning democratic.
I'm here for whatever's the sexiest
But
policies.
I don't think you could be sexy and not be blue. Like Marilyn Monroe just... being in Playboy like this, that's not blue. But if she started saying, like, I don't know, you're making fuck films in my holy Gotham City.
It. You just had to shoehorn that in.
We watched this movie called Bat Pussy, which is one of the first porn parodies. No one knows who produced it. It's on Arrow, so check it out. Seek through it. Do not watch the whole thing.
I mean, unless you want to.
Because this really is not pornography, because either...
I mean, it is.
I don't think... It's softcore pornography at best. It's people trying to have making pornography because they... Either in the area they were filming in the 60s, it was illegal to make penetrative sex films, or this man was on so many drugs he could not get aroused. It was a baffling thing, but the dialogue in it is so fucking good. If you're seeking through, I guarantee you will not want to watch all 40 minutes of this.
Yeah.
But it's a 2 thumbs up. Should we introduce our guest? Maybe she has seen Bat Pussy.
If that's what you want to, use to lead up the intro of our guest.
I apologize. We've been we've been wanting to get this guest on for a very long time. And I was like, Nicole, invite her on. And Nicole's like, oh, no. Oh, why are you putting this on me, James?
I don't like asking people to do things because I'm afraid of rejection.
This person would never reject you. I was afraid they would reject me, but I know would never reject you. But luckily, we got her here. You know her from the films she has been in and over on twitch.tv/TorchyBerry, correct?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it's Pearl, aka TorchyBerry.
Hi guys, how's it going?
It's going well.
I didn't expect to be on an episode where we talk about softcore porn.
It's again.
I mean, if you listen to our podcast, you would not be surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a few tastes.
It's truly, I was like, what the fuck is this? We were trying to find something to watch last night, and I came on this and I was like, Nicole, let's watch it for the story. I'm going to fast forward if there's any actual sex, and that's what we had to do. And maybe watched a total of 5 minutes of this 50 to 40 minute long thing. And there's some quotable lines in there. What was the one you kept saying last night?
Oh, the one that I'm going to just like put into my things that I say now?
Yeah.
My money making ass.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kiss my money making ass, dude.
You guys trying to make fuck films in my holy Gotham City?
Gotham City.
Kept calling it like Gotham as holy. It's not. I guess in the 60s it was more not a scummy place to live as it's now characterized post 9/11.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thoughts on Batman and Gotham at large?
Oh, wait, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
I mean, as like a big Batman fan, like, I mean, I don't know. Some of the movies nowadays I'm just kind of like done with. Because they're like, oh, we want Batman. But they don't make a really conscientious effort into like doing Bruce Wayne a lot more.
Yeah.
But of course, that's I'm taking this as a serious stance than the pornographic stance.
Oh, yeah.
Of which you are bantering about.
I also, was this pre-Batgirl, No, because this was...
The porn?
Yes, the porn, yes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because this was a Batgirl and not a Batman.
Oh, in the porn movie.
Yeah, she's Bat
Okay.
Pussy, yeah.
Oh, I didn't. That wasn't okay. That clarifies some stuff. Because you asked me about like Batman and Gotham City, and I like automatically assumed it was Batman.
No. It's Bat Pussy. Sure, her Bat Cave is an outhouse. That was pretty funny.
Her Batmobile is...
Was it like one of those...
What do you call those?
I think it's like a bounce chair. You know, like a yoga ball that has like a handle on it and you bounce around on it? That's her Batmobile. Like, there's good absurdist comedy in here, but then a lot of just dragging.
I mean, it just sounds like to clarify, I have not seen this porno. It just sounds like they wanted to, I don't know, have fun with her assets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That seems like that was the main strategy, considering the relationship that this is porn.
It's a weird but they don't, like, they're very far away footage of her on this bouncy ball. It's not like, close-ups on her boobs jiggling or anything. It's just like very far away, like she's just moving on the highway.
That's just bad direction. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, on the
So
director
bad.
of photography on this, like
Because also we know they can zoom in because she like is bouncing and then stops and like runs towards like a shadowy area in the woods, and then it zooms in on her squatting. You don't see like anything of peeing, but she's clearly peeing in her bat costume, and then like gets up and goes back on the bouncy ball. It's insanity.
It's hilarious.
it just sounds like bad camera work, bad direction.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I believe it was also filmed on a theater stage because it is so echoey and it looks like a stage set.
Yeah.
okay, I have a question for you both now. These films that you watch, it sounds like a low budget thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then that
100%.
clarifies so much.
Oh yeah, this was made for probably, I don't know, $500. No, because this is 1960s. Maybe
Oh, okay.
it was shot on film. We know that, and
Okay.
maybe $120. Whatever the camera and the film stock cost was probably the budget.
Okay, that clarifies a lot of things, because like I didn't realize this was from the 60s.
Yeah, I guess like our listeners will be like, James is discussing a movie he's talking about that's called Bat Pussy. It's gonna be a shit film made for very low dollars. Yeah, this is a baffling movie. Guys, check it out over on the Arrow app.
Okay.
It's good for what it is.
It's
For what it is.
It's funny.
And again, I apologize that this was the topic of discussion right off the bat.
Well, I mean, I guess like as a newcomer to this podcast, let's just say a lot of clarification I should have done myself about this.
Yeah, I also should have been like, it's from the 60s. It's low budget.
You know, a little more setup would have been nice.
Yeah.
But besides that, people really don't know much about it. It was found just in a random adult film store, like the film stock was, and people were tried to find who produced it, and no one has come forward to do it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that actually makes it sound a lot better than what you were first describing. Now that I know the history and the lore behind it,
Mm-hmm.
when you started talking, and I thought this was like some kid off the block in today's age just attempted to make a porno just because he thought he was being cool about it.
No,
this is. I feel bad for the
it's
actress.
very DIY.
Yeah, playing bat pussy as she's bouncing on that ball that
Exercise
has
ball thing.
with a handle. And
it's not even that she's mostly nude. It's like a full body suit.
She has a 4-piece suit on. It's the shirt, the pants, the underwear tights that go up, and then a cape, and I think also like a cowl. And then she's in probably the middle of summer. If it was found in Memphis, it's probably in
that poor actress.
Yeah, just bouncing around. So let's actually take that and use that as a segue. What have you ever had a bad experience on set of any of these? You don't need to say which production it was, but have you ever had a experience like bouncing on a ball dressed as Batman in the hot summer heat?
I mean, like, I'm not gonna diss anyone's like job or anything. Like, everyone does you know, as long as you make that money and, you know, be able to live your life, go for it. I don't know. There's some stuff that has been pretty bad, but not in that sense.
Okay.
I mean, like, some are just more so like guys just being dicks. Like, there was one time, it was like, like, these are little things. Like, there was one time, oh my God, I don't know if he was like a DP or an AD, but he was just like messing with me or something, and random things were happening, and I was like being sure I said thank you to everybody, because like, you know, you're on a set and like everyone's working hard, so, you know, be sure you say your please and thank yous. And like, I was having an allergy attack, someone went and got me an allergy pill, blah blah blah. I think this person who was like older, who was either an AD or a DP, was like messing with me, and it was like, and I don't remember what the specifics were, but I was like, oh, why do you think I'm trying to be nice on set? He's like, well, you're supposed to be nice on set. And I wish I called him out on this and gave myself more agency, because it was just kind of like a rude diss to me. And I was like, I'm being nice because I want to be nice.
Yeah.
Not because I have to be nice. Like, that's not who I am. Another one was like, this was a non-union that I was doing, and I was just helping like bring snacks in from the car. I was hired on as an actress, but because it was like non-union, I was like, all right, I'll help out, whatever. Union rules are not blocking me from doing other things, which is a good and or bad thing, depending. So I was helping, and there was like this dude who I guess you could say was buff, whatever. I did not care, but he held the door for me, and I was like, oh, okay, thank you. He was carrying like 2 cases of drinks or whatever. And so like in turn, I was like, oh, I'm going to open the door for you. So I opened the door for him holding like, you know, a box of chips or whatever. It's like not a big deal. He instead goes in front of me to hold the door for me.
Boo.
And I'm like, dude, go. And he was like, no, you go. I was like, no, you go. It's like, why are you're making this worse? Why are you arguing with me?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, whatever. And I went, and again, this is one of those things where it's like, you know how someone makes fun of you and then a week later you found like the perfect comeback?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like a week later, and I was like, oh, I should have just said, fine, I won't help you in the future.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, I get there is an instilled societal politeness for men opening doors with women, but like, hey, listen to women.
Yeah.
Listen to when they said like, no, it's fine, you can go. Like, I am allowed to have agency, and I would like to also open the door for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because also this is work right now. It's not a showmanship of like, I'm such a chivalrous man or whatever. Chivalrous?
I mean,
yeah.
I kind of took it as like an ego thing.
Yeah, that too.
Of like, oh, I'm buff. I don't need you to hold the door for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like it was more a little bit of column A, column B. I just said it was buff to just add to the story of hey, look at this dude. But I think like if you're trying to be chivalrous, it ends when you argue with a woman.
Yeah.
It ends when you argue with a female. And it's like chivalry, I feel like personally, chivalry can be both between both men and women. Like if you decide to open the door out of someone's kindness, I don't know, like I really dislike when people do things because, oh, I'm being nice. Like, no, you're being programmed to be nice. You're not actually being kind.
The only time you should argue with a woman is if you're like, hey, you want to know what? I can help you out right now. And she's like, no, I got it. And you're like, no, you have a bone poking out of your arm right now. And she's like, I'll walk it off. And you're like, no, what are you doing? No, I'm bringing you to the hospital. That's the only time you're allowed to argue with someone.
No, sir, I am going to do this myself.
No?
I do not need you whippersnappers helping me.
No, ma'am, I get it if you don't want me to call an ambulance because that's expensive, but I'd be happy to get an Uber for you.
Riding with strangers, didn't your mother tell you that strangers are dangerous?
Okay, well, here's my driver's license. I'm no longer a stranger. Actually, here's my state ID. I don't have a driver's license.
Can you give me your social security as well?
Yes, it is
Excellent. And your PIN number to your credit cards.
2683. I don't know how many numbers a PIN number is.
That would
4.
be terrible if you said that out loud.
Oh, of course. But we can always bleep it. 669, a damn good time. Or it's 281-330-8004.
What if you said these numbers and decided to bleep it anyways to make the appearance that it was legit?
I should. I've done that before. And it's like, there's no reason you should have bleeped
comedy.
that. Uh-huh. Because sometimes just bleeping things, they did that on the Osbournes. They wouldn't be cursing, but they would just bleep it to make it sound like, oh, they're so trashy, even though he's living in this mansion.
Reality TV. It's manipulated reality.
Mm-hmm. God, I wish someone would manipulate my reality into making me happy.
You okay, James? You need help? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll live with it. Nicole keeps saying, like, I'll be like, I don't need to go to a therapist. And she's like, you absolutely should.
Yeah.
I don't have time, Nicole.
There's no time.
There's zero time. We're here with TorchyBerry.
Yeah.
Please feel free to go to therapy. We don't have to do this on my behalf.
No, the
Do not
people
put that on
need
me.
it. The people need it.
Then he says, podcasts are my therapy.
They are. Remember that episode that I believe I took down? Yeah. That was truly a therapy session.
The quarantine.
Sadness episode.
Yeah, our spiral.
If you haven't heard it yet, too late.
Too
I guess
bad.
if you really want to hear it, join the Patreon. Enough people join it. I'll put it up.
You gonna stick to it?
Yeah. If we can get 3 new patrons this week, I'll put it up.
I don't think anyone wants that. It's sad.
Yeah, it's also like me very angry in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you should join the Patreon anyways to support James and Nicole and Mostly Speaking Sentai for more fun and wonderful action coming your way.
Also, Lil Corey, he's on that Patreon. He gets support. And sometimes Sean's on there, our mutual friend, which, well, I'll tell this story because I don't think you're aware that you have become a bit with us, not in like a mean way, because back when people started streaming in the beginning of the quarantine, you and Sean would, when he would stop streaming, you would start streaming. And it would like always happen that way to the point where like Sean came on one of our podcasts and he was like, oh yeah, with my roommate such and such. I was like, oh yeah, TorchyBerry. And he's like, what? I was like, you're roommates with TorchyBerry, right? And he's like, what? Why do you think that, James? So now it has become a recurring shout out, I guess, on our podcasts. Whenever,
all right.
Whenever he brings up roommates, I'll be like, oh yeah, TorchyBerry, how is she?
Okay, so I guess like to clarify everything, the reason I know Nicole and James is actually through Sean, aka Goose VK, aka Goose Von Kaiser. So Goose and I in real life did improv, and then when the pandemic happened and then we had to go to like quarantine life, he started streaming, and then later on I started streaming, and it just randomly happens every time he ends stream, I start stream. But that's also because I have a partner who works at home. He has a 9 to 5, so I can't exactly start streaming until after work hours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but going back to it, the reason I actually know Nicole and James because when I would watch Goose's stream, he would raid Nicole's stream, and then I would be like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I would follow Nicole and just like watch her streams.
Yeah.
And that's how I got to know. And then like through
And I watch
Nicole,
TorchyBerry all the time.
Same.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I loved when you and Sean did that. What was that game called? It was like a Western game.
I don't remember. It was like a stick figure Western. And it
Yeah.
was like really goofy and stuff.
Yeah, it was super weird, but it was fun to watch you guys do that.
It had a like weird name of like Solace of Indulgence. It was that. I mean, it's not like that,
Yeah,
but
yeah. That sounds correct.
it was a name that didn't seem to fit the art style or the theme of the game.
Do you want me to Google it?
I think Torchy's Googling it right
I'm
now.
already Googling it. That's why you didn't hear me talk for like 2 seconds. West of Loathing.
There we go.
Yeah.
But you guys want to get into Super Sentai?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. That's a great transition.
Torchy, how familiar are you with either Power Rangers or Super Sentai at large?
So I really love Power Rangers growing up. Like I'm definitely a 90s kid. So like back in the day, the OG Power Rangers. And then as they like got more and more like, oh man, I don't remember when I stopped watching because it was like Power Rangers. And then it was like Ninja Power Rangers. And then it got like Alien Power Rangers. And then it became Car Power Rangers. And then it became like we're in space. And in a solar system Power Rangers, and just like got too much. But I'm very familiar with Power Rangers, and I know I guess because being here in America, like you don't realize Power Rangers was stolen from a Japanese TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, like, and then now we're here.
I will say you did a brilliant job in chronological order of what Power Rangers went from this to this to this, boil them down, and you're like, it's Power Rangers, and you got like
casually.
ninjas, then you got aliens and cars, then they're in space, then they're farther in space. You did
farther in space, and then they're not in another universe, and somehow it's still like Angel Grove.
Yeah. It's Angel Grove, I think, later on or in a different dimension or reality. I stopped after Galaxy, so I'm not sure when Lightspeed Rescue is taking place, but I'm sure someone on the Discord will correct us in a polite
I think
way.
I stopped at Lightspeed Rescue.
Same.
Yeah.
If you don't want it out there, can I ask, are you exactly 30 years old?
I'm a smidge above 30, yes.
Okay, so yeah, then we were probably on the playgrounds and someone said, "Oh, that show's for babies," and then we were like, "Oh, we're I guess gonna stop watching this show."
I actually just don't remember when I stopped watching.
Okay.
I think it was like when like Fox Kids / WB Kids, like whichever like Saturday morning cartoon thing switched the schedules.
Oh yeah,
And I was like, oh, because it's not on the same time zone, or time schedule, I can't watch it anymore. So
yeah, I think that's probably when it went over to Disney, because Disney bought Fox Kids and all of Saban stuff, if I remember correctly. So that's why Fox Family became a thing.
Oh.
And then Fox, I think they bought Fox Family, and that became ABC Family. And that's why they had a lot of like Digimon still and all these weird shows that if you look at them, it's like, oh, Saban co-produced them.
Yeah, and that's why there weren't any more Saturday morning cartoons in that sense, because everything was on cable.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah, especially when you're poor.
Yeah, but then you get some like Kirby and all of that. Kirby Right Back at You. That was a good block a little bit later on.
I watched That's So Raven, baby.
Yeah.
On the ABC morning block.
Yeah.
Favorite Saturday morning cartoon then?
Cartoon?
Or programming?
Ooh, I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind is just Lizzie McGuire.
Oh yeah, Lizzie McGuire's real good. Mine's probably Digimon.
Digimon was good. OG Yu-Gi-Oh was good.
Yeah.
As well as Recess. I will have to say the Aladdin and Ariel TV shows were really nice.
I could never
I didn't know
see
that
them.
Existed.
Yeah, I would always have to go next door to Steve Van Gorkum's house because he had Toon Disney. So when they would like stop playing video games very late at night, I'd be like, "Can I watch Toon Disney, guys?" Because they were maybe 3 years older than me. And even though like, yeah, Hunter the Reckoning for Xbox was cool, no, I want to watch Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh yeah, there was a Lion King TV show. I forgot about that too.
Yeah, we watched the first episode and I was like, oh, wow, they need one of those bumpers that say, yeah, you know, back then there were some problematic things. And it's like, how can you make a problematic thing with like animals? But no, they go to a tribe and it's like, oh boy, guys.
That was the thing with the Ace Ventura.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yes.
guys. Who? Two thumbs
Oh yeah,
down.
and there was a mass cartoon show as well. Shit,
yeah.
there's so many memories are coming back now.
The Mass Cartoon Show, I think, still holds up. I have one of the toys right up here. You can't see it because it's buried in Yogi Bear merchandise, but it's there. But let's get into Fiveman.
Okay.
You might not have gotten this. I have to keep telling, even though it's like, that's their whole thing. They're teachers. They need to lean on that in every episode,
It
guys.
needs to even at least just be in the intro.
Yeah, because you see kind of what they do. Like, oh, or I guess only really Ken swims and he's the PE teacher. Like doing martial arts is not representative of like, I guess there's like rhythm and movement
but
in martial arts and music.
But it's not established that they're teaching it.
Yeah.
So when you sent me the info or the description of this, because like I've never seen Fiveman before. And I was like, hey, Pearl/Torchy, you want to watch this? By the way, here's a little bit of the background. You don't need to know much. I was like, okay, they're teachers. Great. They didn't even go like what school? Like, is this grade school? Is this high school? Is this like college? Nothing describing the school. And then all of a sudden you have like these random cuts in the intro of like their transitional cuts. Like, oh, the Blue Ranger person / PE teacher. You see him dive, cut into, you don't even see him hit the water. They cut before they hit the water. And then they like, next shot is them already in the water diving. And then next shot, you don't even see them come up. You just see them already up on past the water. Like, so it's like, these are some very interesting transitional cuts, as well as like one of them rides a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, how's that a teacher? I mean, like, again, teachers can do whatever they want, but it's like, that does not explain that they are a teacher.
Okay, well, what Kazumi teaches, what does she teach? Not art. It's not, is it science? Math?
I believe the email you sent me said math teacher.
Okay.
They are third born.
So maybe she's teaching, hey, kilometers, like how fast someone can go. Like if it takes me this long, if I'm here and I'm going to go at max speed with acceleration here, hey kids, when will I get here? Oh, you think that? Let's test it out in the real world on my sick ass crotch rocket.
I appreciate you, James, for just trying to make excuses for this show.
Not explain things, excuses.
Excuses.
Science is what Red Ranger teaches, or Five Red, I should say. And he's showing like, hey, no matter like how fast you swing at a snowflake with a kendo sword, you're not gonna hit it because the air and the wind will poof it away. And even if you could, there's no way to really calculate it without like slow motion cameras, class. And I hope everyone's bundled up today. If
Physics.
not, yeah, see, that's science, baby. I do want to know what Fumia is doing. Because he's a language teacher and I have no idea how I could get what is he doing?
I don't remember.
Me either. It's not memorable. That's what I'm saying.
Was he doing the martial arts?
No, I think that was Remy was doing the martial arts. And they're twins.
Yeah. Also, it's funny. It's interesting here. Again, I'm basing this off of the email you sent me. Fumia is a Japanese teacher.
Yes, just like an English teacher in today's.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay.
He knows every language, so much so he heard a few extraterrestrials speak, and then he was able to communicate with them, and they were like, how did you understand that? And he's like, I'm a fucking whiz at language. I know them right off the bat.
Is this legit, or are you like...
No, this is episode 2 that this happens, and I was like, this is great. Yeah, love it. But how were you in school? Like, what kind of person were you? Like a jock or just...
Oh, I was terrible. I was the weird one.
Hell yeah.
I was absolutely the weird one, and I was completely embarrassed for being the weird one. I was like, I just want to be normal. I just want people to like me. This sucks.
Yeah.
It also was weird for me because my family was like broke ass poor, like poor,
Mm-hmm.
as well as like first generation American.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was first generation American and my parents were immigrants. So like figuring out the dynamics of being popular was just like, they just didn't get it.
Oh, yeah.
They just could not get it. And they're like, oh, just ignore them. Oh, just like don't listen to them. But how can you do that when you're 10? Like this is terrible advice to a 10-year-old who doesn't know their body, who is so unaware of like, oh, for some reason I need to get 5-star notebooks and have like jewelry from Claire's. Like this is how people like you. That's how I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was also the weirdo, but very, very okay with it until, like a depression hit. Then I was like, I wish just anything was easy.
Yeah.
Nicole?
Yes?
Were you okay with being a weirdo?
No.
All right.
I mean, most of my time in middle school and high school, my main focus was just getting A's and making sure no one knew I was wearing a wig.
Which one was easier?
So it was mainly just, keeping to myself, not talking to people, and just trying to get A's.
You were also always, I remember hearing this as a senior and you were a freshman. They were like, some freshman's trying to start up a menko league. I was like, what? That's odd. He's just trying to slap things down.
Yeah.
Is that how you two met?
No. We met after she graduated.
No, James is making this up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everyone was like, play Pongs, you fucking nerd. Pogs, I mean, not Pongs. Damn it.
No, it's Pongs, nerd.
So confident, but so wrong.
Every douchebag ever.
Yeah.
Man, high school, what I would do to relive it.
What I would do to not relive it.
I would love to relive it so then I could, with knowledge I know now, and then I could be like, hey guys, you're not drinking tonight on December 12th. Ooh, baby, I could have saved so many friends.
Yeah, you just gotta bring that up so much.
Of course, I mean, if I'm going back to high school, I'm gonna make sure my friends don't die in a car crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh. I would just...
Already knows the dynamic of the podcast, guys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I'm just I don't know. I have a good sense of assholeness. So, yeah.
No, that was perfect.
For comedy. Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably just pull like a Tony Stark kind of thing. And like, okay, I'm just going to save my money, ignore all these assholes, and invest in Disney stock and Apple stock and just make that money.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, I already know what's going to happen. I know Enron's about to crash. Oh man, since the first Iron Man, I need to buy like 3,000 Disney stock and whatever. Because like I didn't realize how to buy stock until my late 20s, which was like such a disappointment, honestly.
you just keep going, all right, I need to make sure the apprentice stays on forever.
Oh,
so this man, his time is tied up with this and nothing else. Make sure he doesn't know what a birth certificate is, and then I think we'll be fine.
I think I would just like put money on bets. Like this dude's gonna be president. We're all gonna suffer, and I'm just gonna stock up on masks.
Yeah.
Cause like he's not gonna do shit for us when the panini happens. So
Bam. Not Bam. You want to know? Yeah, Bam. I'll go and I'll say, hey, Bam Margera, kind of slow your roll a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know a lot about saving people from car crashes. I did it with my friends a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into this episode.
Jesus Christ.
Don't say the Lord's name in vain. Oh, no, I forgot. I think I was a little high. And then, like, when you came home, you hugged me and I said something and you're like, Jesus Christ. And I go, not quite. And it made you laugh real hard. Quoting Hellraiser.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it was so dumb.
Yeah, Hellraiser's a good. Even I think that's in the third one. The third one sucks, but it's still his dialogue, Pinheads, chef's kiss.
Okay.
But today we're discussing episode 33 of Fiveman entitled The Killer Flip. And a quick rundown of this one, just a quick synopsis before we go note by note. Garo wants to be the captain, so he pulls like some new management or new VP in my case when I was in the corporate world, new leadership stuff, and was like, I can do this basic ass shit you guys do, not knowing that it's really stressful and there's a lot of work to be done. And then you fuck up real bad and you kind of bisect someone, but not in the way you're thinking of, in the like 13 Ghosts style, when that person's, I think, was that Matthew Lillard who got bisected? I don't know. I digress. Matthew Lillard was in 13 Ghosts, right? That movie star. Warner Brothers is all like, he's not a movie star. We need Zac Efron to voice Shaggy, or whoever the fuck voice Shaggy. No, Matthew Lillard's a fucking goddamn movie star.
Get to the episode.
And then he...
I concur with Nicole.
The fusion happens where it's like back to back instead of down the middle the way people are thinking. I don't know how to describe anatomy, guys. So he spins real fast, but he gets done in by high action children's toys. Fiveman. And that's the rundown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and okay, so it starts out with Chevalier. He is pulling like a Jay Leno late night thing with Conan O'Brien because he's like, I gave up being a captain, but I'm going to come back because I want to be captain now, and you got to deal with it.
Uh-huh.
And it sucks.
But also because, like, I don't know, it's not like he's not sort of earning it.
Yeah, but no one's earning any of their positions.
I mean, yeah, they all kind
on
of
this team.
Also, apparently, this is the only episode I have watched. There is some undertone to it, seeming like Captain Garoa has been fucking up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because
he's been fucking up real hard.
I don't think it's that he's fucking up. It's just the Fivemen are that word foes. It's hard to take him down.
Yeah, and therefore...
He's fucking up. This is like...
I concur with Nicole.
If... hold on, let me think. Okay, let me think. I'm trying to think of...
You gotta make your legs real wide.
Okay, guys, listen to the bloopers at the end to understand what that means.
You weren't recording.
No, I was recording that part.
Okay.
Yeah, that part was recorded. It would be like if, let's say when Power Rangers came out, if other networks were firing other people to be like, oh, you're not making the greatest children programming. We're losing to Power Rangers every day. It's like, no, like Power Rangers was such a force that like you kind of have to deal with it and let bygones be bygones and try to just do your best in that scenario. It's not a fireable thing. It's just like that person has the better products, the better programming, or in this case, the better punches.
And just move on.
But it also just seems that Captain Garoa, like, instead of thinking things through, he instead has like an emotional panic attack and just, I'm gonna make a monster myself.
Yeah, that's because the heat's been put on him right now of like, you better put up or shut up.
Yeah, he's panicking.
Yeah.
Nicole had a great motto today. She said, when in doubt, sidechain it out. And I thought it was great. Whew, baby. You guys got to sidechain everything.
It's an audio engineering term.
Yeah. Sidechain it,
So
guys.
it's for very specific people.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it means.
Yes, you do. I've explained to so many.
Okay.
It's when...
No, I don't want it.
It's
I
awesome.
don't want it.
I think I don't explain it properly.
Probably not.
But
sir.
probably not. You like the front bottoms, Torchy?
Oh my God.
The fuck?
That's the thing I was just
Is
singing.
that another porn
No,
term?
no.
Or Are we going back to this again?
This is like a pop punk folk band. Is that how you would explain them?
Indie rock.
Oh, now they're indie rock, but they're early stuff, the good stuff. You know, my grandmother versus pneumonia.
Sure.
All
yeah.
right, hell yeah.
Whatever you say.
But probably not.
Can we get back to the fucking episode, sir?
Gorilla Eagle?
Yeah, the front side is a gorilla, the back side is an eagle.
And that gorilla is beautifully designed.
It's cool.
Beautiful.
So I initially thought how this episode was going to go was that they were going to try and just like rip themselves apart.
Ugh.
But I was wrong.
I feel like that would be too cool for a children's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, they just play menko the whole time.
I did ask Nicole when they're spinning around, I was like, how do you think the Fivemen are going to overcome this obstacle of this like human tornado, this animal tornado? And she says, I don't know, stab them in the chest. I was like, okay. Then when the menko, like they played menko, she goes, still don't know. It's very cute and funny.
I love how like Captain Garo makes this monster and it's just another fuck up, but it so happens to be a wonderful fuck up because the two creatures have like separate minds, so they're arguing with each other to the point where they are spinning and creating this like wind vortex and starts hurting people. It's like, and he's like, haha, I did something. I did it right. Like, fuck you all.
It was on purpose the whole time.
Yeah, that's how you fail upwards, guys.
Sure.
Whew, boy, I wish that were actually the case.
That'd be nice, right? If we can all just fail upwards.
Yeah, I think that's only in the corporate sector.
Ugh.
Guess we gotta go corporate,
How,
baby.
yeah, how do we make like music and art corporate so we can fail upwards?
I mean, music and art is failure as a foundation, right? Because you have to fuck up to learn better.
Yeah. So I guess that is failing upwards in your skill, but I mean through the charts and on Box Office Mojo.
I mean, you could buy robots to just like your shit.
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Or you can, I don't know, you can pull a Tommy Wiseau, make something so bad that's so memeable.
I've been thinking about that too, but if you go in trying to do it, I don't know. I think what I need to do for real, Nicole, I've been so against it because when I get high, that's my relax day. I need to get just incredibly stoned and just say, I'm making music. And then whatever gets put out, that's what is released.
Maybe you should like write a script.
Well, stoned?
Yeah.
I have thought about with that show we're doing with Shelby of like, let's do a show that might have a formula well high. Actually, I think I can say that. When's this being released? I think the second or the first as well. Hey guys, new show is R2 Shelby 2. We're writing scripts called Formulaic. It's coming in October. The first one, we wrote a Scooby-Doo script in under an hour and it turned out good.
Yeah. I mean, you guys could do like get high and do that 70s show.
Oh yeah, that'd be real good.
Yeah.
We finally see parents with like that Omen kid racing around on his trike.
Tricycle, yeah.
I was a big wheel boy back in the day.
Those are fun.
Yeah, I'd love a big wheel, but for an adult.
Okay.
And that's not a recumbent bike. I don't buy that.
I mean, yeah, that's why you didn't say.
Like I want one with it makes it feel like you're on a hog, and you got a big wheel.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that's why instead of the bird scooters, they should have done bird big wheels.
I mean, there are machines that turn people's bikes into like motorcycles. So you could probably just make that, an incumbent bike into a incumbent motorcycle?
Okay. And then we could also do that to a big wheel. We would just need to take off the pedals because the pedals are attached to, unless you get a big green machine, take them off from the pedals and then just put the like machine that goes to move the wheel, put that there, and then we're golden. But then you don't have anywhere to put your feet. I guess just like put them up on the bars and lean back, relax.
Steer with your feet.
Yeah, why not?
It's dangerous.
Get opposable thumbs on your feet like a monkey does.
Yeah.
And then you can zoom around like that. Man, to see a monkey piloting a big wheel, but their hands are moving the wheel or the pedals, and then their feet are steering.
Speaking of monkey,
What's that?
When this monster first appeared, I thought it was going to just be like a Wizard of Oz. I put Wizard of Oz type shit. Like, I thought it was just going to be like a gorilla monster, like with wings.
Oh, that would have been dope.
Riding a
but it
tricycle
wasn't.
in the tornado.
Yes. Going, hee, 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 hee.
But when he gets wet, he doesn't melt. He just stinks real bad.
Why?
Because like a monkey, like a dog, I'm assuming when they're wet, they smell.
Okay.
Zoologists out there, let us know. Does a gorilla stink when they're wet?
Uh-huh.
There's this telephone booth stunt that I feel is very dangerous. There doesn't seem to be any safety protocol. Have you ever been on set where there are stunts being done?
I mean, I did a stunt and there wasn't really any safety because it was non-union.
Damn. Was it like this?
No, I was carrying a live torch.
Whoa.
And there was like a fire officer, but I didn't get paid extra for doing something dangerous, which I should have.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but it looked cool.
Is there hazardous pay on film sets?
I think there is. Like I said, I'm like SAG eligible. So like I have like one more. If I do another SAG gig, I will be a part of union. But as far as I know, there are like bumps or extra things that they should be paying for.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, like, you know, certain things like TV shows or commercials, they want to not spend money, which is, you know, it's a business. It's understandable. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, going back to the phone booth, I saw, like, if you notice, like, really up high, there were hooks already into the phone booth.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's great. They only lifted like maybe 2 to 3 feet in the air. But man, that looks so fucking dangerous.
Yeah, because it's free spinning. So like that person could have fallen out like before they were going to brace themselves to fall out. So that still could have been real dangerous.
Yeah, and also like that plexiglass, yes, it's plexi and it's flexible. It still could fucking break and like have shards.
Or just like pop out and then you're falling down like that. Yeah. I didn't enjoy seeing that at all.
It kind of made me think like, okay, it's a wind monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did they bring this telephone booth up with a crane and then use wind fans? Or did they use a helicopter? Because a helicopter is already going to make wind. And if the helicopters are flying low to the ground with this phone booth, you know, you're already killing 2 birds with 1 stone with an effect.
We should rewatch and see if the wind is going vertical or horizontal.
Yeah.
Vertical, horizontal. As I pushed the wrong way. I'd be a terrible airbender.
No one can see you, James.
You guys can see me. And just like you can hear Smile, you can hear wind bending techniques with your hands on podcasts. Everyone knows that.
Uh-huh.
That's why, like, when you're doing VO, you need to make sure if you're on Avatar The Last Airbender, the remake and reboots, you're doing the correct motions.
Yeah, you gotta... Fuck, I don't know, man. I can do improv with this shit.
You're the one who knows Avatar. You've seen every episode. I've only seen 13. Yeah.
Shame on you, James. Avatar The Last Airbender is amazing.
I get that it's amazing, but it's not for me.
He also quit watching right before like shit started going.
If it takes 13 episodes, I usually give a series 3 episodes if I can like figure it out and be like, hey, this is something I'm willing to invest time in. Great. But 13, if you're like, well, no. It's like that Mighty Boosh skit where he's listening to jazz and he's like, no, it's about to come in right here. No, okay. But hold on. That's what Avatar felt like.
Okay, but like you literally just had to watch like one more episode.
But then the episodes I saw you watching.
The Moonfish.
Ooh, yeah, the Moonfish episode was real good. The Princess of the Moon, damn.
Because, that's when shit gets started. And he was like, nah, I don't care.
But then the other episodes I saw you just watching, I was like, yeah, I would not be invested in this. I'd rather watch Troll 2 yet again.
So these monsters are addicted to playing this game, menko, and they're real fucking bad at it. It's like me trying to play Cuphead.
But it's also very endearing how, like,
yes.
I'm sucking, but I want to keep playing Menko.
Yes.
And he doesn't, until the end, he doesn't resort to violence, even to these children. Like, he's like, no, I'm going to get this, guys. Instead of being a sore loser, I enjoyed this. This should have been this person's arc. That we talk about this a lot of... We wish after the Sentai series, we could see a group of the like monster villains, the monsters of the week, kind of in a sitcom show. Like, even if it's like 10 episodes, give us that. That would be great. And this would have been fun to see, an episode where he's rising through the ranks. He's in a tournament. He doesn't win, but he still learns. It's the fun you had along the way.
Yeah, I mean, I've always just wanted like a Lilo and Stitch, the TV show version, where it's like trying to find their place in society.
Mm-hmm. A Bozak would have been great for it, as well as the Gorma Three Stooges.
Yeah.
I did like that whenever they would turn around the monster, on the other side, like the arms would just be dead flopping around. I thought that was funny because the person's like, oh, I can only be in one of the suits. They should have had like Gabriel, an actor like that. From, what's that called? It's not Maleficent. Malignant. There we go. Because that person was a contortionist and could walk and turn their like feet and stuff backwards and their like elbows and stuff. So it would look like they're walking back, like walking towards you, even though they're facing away from you. It was creepy.
But this is supposed to be endearing, not terrifying.
A dead arm terrifying.
I do have to say that whoever was in that like monster suit put in double the effort. Because considering he had to flop around for the eagle side.
Yeah. I thought it was like 2 people in there at first. I was like, man, they are doing some real good coordination. But no, that's stupid, James. Or they should have gotten like Goro. He could have put his other set of arms in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking on the kids just clowning this man, this zone warrior, it's both good and bad PR for this imperialistic army, because it's like on Earth, the Earthlings are going to be like, yeah, you want to know, they're actually like pretty fun people. But then the zone's like, hey, you're making us look bad. This is not good for us. Because normally they're out destroying the Earth, but now they're just having fun playing a kid's game.
Sure.
He then goes and he's looking for challengers just out in the middle of the woods. And it's like, that's not where you're going to find people, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's completely empty. And it's like, all right, we get it. You're monsters. There's about to be a fight. But like, really, y'all? Really? You can put like any of your crew to like, or have it be like a walking sequence. Like, I'm gonna go find some challengers. Come challenge me. Like, no, he's just standing in the middle of a park.
Or at the, like...
empty.
At the edge of a park that would have people. This looked like a meadow in the middle of the forest. And it's like, no, there's no foot traffic here.
No.
Sorry if you guys can hear Butter just screaming in the background.
Trying to stifle my laughter.
I haven't heard Butter, but I want to hear Butter.
She does this around this time of day. She'll just walk around this this kind of 4-way stop we have that like goes into this room, the bathroom, the living room, and the kitchen. And she just walks in and out of these doorways just screaming. I think to find socks.
Yes, she found
Okay,
him.
good. But I don't know why she meows, because it's not like a call and response thing. He just lays there.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. But it's super cute, though. Mm-hmm. Because he does it, too, sometimes.
Yeah. Nicole, if I came home with one of the screen-used huge menko cards they use in the Big Battle Kaiju area, how would you react?
So you think they're actually that big?
Oh, no. Remember when, I guess not in the Big Battle Kaiju area, remember when he throws it down on the Fivemen when they're still not in costume and it is an actual big one?
So you think they're actually that big?
No, in that one scene, they are that big because you see it flop down
No,
by
those
them.
are huge props. Those are legit huge
Yeah.
props. Yeah.
I thought they just like, I don't know, what do you call it? Like
Forced perspective.
comped them in or something.
Oh, no.
There was one comp that I noticed in there. It was a pretty big one. But no, those are legit props.
Yeah, if I came home with one of those, how would you react?
Probably pissed.
I'd put it right here on this
So I'd be like, where
bed.
the fuck are you going to put it?
Right here.
And then I'd sigh and be like, okay, I guess.
I'd be like, okay, if I can't have this, you can't. We got to get rid of one of these many desks that you have.
I use all of them,
Well,
sir.
I wish you would use at least one less of them, specifically the table desk that you have your puzzle on.
Well, that's for the puzzle.
Well, get done with that puzzle, please.
Help me, bitch.
I don't have the eye for these pieces.
You don't know that? You've never tried.
I go, is this a dead pool? And you're like, yeah, it is a dead pool, but where does it go? And you're like, I don't know.
That's the point of a puzzle, sir,
To pick out the pieces.
is not knowing where it goes.
During that big fight, he starts playing Menko again, and Garo's like, idiot, you're playing this again? Even though Nicole pointed out, he said, play as much as you want.
Yeah?
Well, keep in mind he was fine playing Menko because Captain Garoa made him bigger, so the cards were bigger and caused destructions. But when they got their 5-bot, whatever that thing is, then they started playing Menko with each other.
Equally big cards.
And that's why he's like, why are you still playing Menko? Destroy the world. Like, don't play Menko in this one spot.
In this isolated area within like a mountain range. No, go into the civilization and just start slamming down cards. Mm-hmm. When they form together, it's called a super brother joint. And back in the day, I saw my brother Patrick make some super brother joints.
Wow. Incredible. It really was cool, though, them combining together.
Mm-hmm. I thought this episode was great. I forgot to ask initial thoughts. Did you enjoy this experience of watching this?
I mean, it was really weird considering, like, okay, I don't know if this was Power Rangers where it originated, but, like, of course, like, this is what the format was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of felt a little cheated because, like, Power Rangers in the US had, like, a lot more shit going on. But I felt like, oh, this was really actually pretty fun. To backtrack a little, Captain Garoa said the most sexist thing that I had to facepalm so bad. So this is where Medu-sama, the like goddess face, whatever, was like kind of yelling at Captain Garoa, and he says, Medu-sama, please spare me your scary face. It will ruin your beauty.
Oh, no.
Like, this is the exact it's a translated line. So it was like the subtitled line. But it was like,
I thought you were going to say when he was slamming on the scientist of the group, I forget her name, of saying like, oh, you're worthless and you haven't been doing any of these right. I know it better.
Yeah.
But like I took that as not sexist, as just like, oh, you don't value your employees.
yeah, I took it more so like you don't value your employees, and also you're a bad leader because you're dissing the expert of the machine.
Yeah.
And so out of your fit of rage due to your bruised ego, you're like, no, I'm going to do this myself. And it's like, you don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, good luck with that.
Nicole and Torchy, any last thoughts, notes on the episode?
Nope.
I thought it was really wholesome that their theme song was preaching about to love your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least that maybe it's not so much that they're teachers, it's that they are siblings.
Yes.
Maybe I think I should just start throwing out the teacher stuff, and people will end up. The only people who have asked me, I believe, were your parents. They were like, "Oh yeah, they didn't know how old the Fivemen were. They thought they were teenagers, and then they were somehow teaching." I was like, "This isn't a Doogie Howser situation, guys."
They're teenagers with attitude.
And boy, do they know STEM, and they know how to teach it.
I do have a question.
What's up?
So, like, for any of the other Fivemen episodes, do they actually show them teaching?
Yeah, they actually do. I was going to say, well, in the first episode, their school was blown up, but there are some episodes where they kind of like substitute teach at other places or kind of tutor in a sense, but sometimes they'll meet former students and be like, hey, we're going to rebuild that school. But no one knows that they're the Fivemen. But it's so obvious because they're also famous teachers. They're the five siblings. If you go to their school, oh boy, you'll do better just being there. But if you get them as a teacher, you are in luck because they're the greatest.
So it's basically like everyone should already know Bruce Wayne is Batman kind of thing.
But even like more like their siblings, there's 5 of them. One dresses in pink, one dresses in blue, red, and then the twins both dress in like black and yellow in combination. We should start getting that. They're the Fivemen. They also, either people don't know where they live or they know they live in a huge scientific base. So there's a lot going on. No, I don't think they do know that because the Zone don't know where they live. There's a lot of layers. Then it's like, well, where do these teachers live? Oh yeah, they don't have an address down. They just have a P.O. box. Who knew? That's the only issue with the show. That's the only plot hole with this show.
Yeah.
Yes, the only one.
All right. Speaking of teachers, though, Torchy, at least they show this, like, Ken, he's a PE teacher. His weapons are like dumbbells. The music teacher uses like ribbons and stuff and like flute noises to attack. So if you were a Fiveman, what subject would you teach and how would you use that to take down the Zone army? Like, what would be your special ability?
Oh, God, I'd be a terrible teacher. I couldn't teach for shit. I'm bad at explaining anything to anybody, so I have no idea.
Well, hey, you want to know what? You might not be the best teacher, but you're one of the siblings, so you can coast along on that.
Yeah, thank goodness for my family. Riding my coattails of my family.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably just be the art teacher because, like, I was like, just do this and it's a pass. It's
Hell
an
yeah.
automatic A, whatever. Don't care. Just clean up after yourself. You're fine.
And then how would you use art to take down the Zone?
I would just probably super glue their feet to the floor.
Oh, dang.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I would love that because they love like making a weapon like big and comical. So you just like squeeze a bunch of glue on the ground and push them. Or instead of their little feet on the ground, you just push them over and then they're kind of like in quicksand but goo.
I think I would like take these like little pods that are like Tide Pods and like have them be filled with like super glue and make them stand there for like just 2 minutes. Just find a way to have them stand there for precisely 2 minutes while the glue dries.
Just ask them their plan.
Yeah. Monologue.
Yeah.
I'm listening. Just nodding.
Then you say, oh, but why are you doing this? Now that you've told me what you are doing, what's your relationship with your mother? And then you at least got another 3 minutes of conversation. Yeah. Oh, and you want to know what? You should have like your feet, you push them down like James Bond style and little fans come out to like really let the drying happen.
Yeah.
Would they go into existential questioning because technically their mother and father is Captain Garro or the scientist?
Maybe.
It's like, I don't know if I have parents. I have a parent. Are they my mother or my father or both? I don't know.
Yeah. Damn. Then they're stuck forever.
Yeah, you got plenty of time to let that dry.
Mm-hmm. And then you get safety scissors, but they are not safe at all at this volume. And then you snip them in half.
Oi.
But it's cool because they're like the wavy ones, so at least like in their casket they'll have a cool design.
They'll have a crinkle cut.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
A crinkle cut is like your favorite kind of fry, Nicole?
Sure.
All right. Waffle cut? Anyone for that?
Yeah, I'm down for a waffle.
I like
All
the
right.
butterfly
Okay.
technique.
I like a curly fry and a steak.
I'm down for sweet potato.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody sweet potato.
I don't know if I can eat. Am I able to eat sweet potatoes, do you think, now that I've like cut out sweets from my diet this year?
Are you saying like would that be cheating?
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
when
eat
you say
fruit?
yeah,
I mean, I will, but I don't.
so you don't eat fruit.
Currently, because it's like
Then
that's,
I'd say it's fine.
that's a different aisle than that I'm going down.
Yeah, because sweet potato is a potato that is sweet. It has like natural sugars.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you eat like processed sugar, like candy and stuff.
Yeah, because that like anything with included sugar on the back in a large amount, I've been swearing away from. So I can eat a sweet potato.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I just revolutionized my diet.
You probably need it. You
Oh,
probably
yeah,
need
yeah.
it in your diet.
I've just been hey, to anyone wondering, I'm eating still 4 hot dogs in the morning, no bun, just plant-based hot dogs, 4 of them.
Yeah.
Then for lunch, ravioli, and then for dinner, a can of beans.
Yeah.
So you're not eating processed sugar, but you're eating processed salt.
Yeah, what processed salt? Where's this salt coming from?
The 4 hot dogs, the ravioli, and whatever else you said.
Hey, salt makes me vascular.
And can give you a heart attack. All right.
But I'm exercising, so all that salt, it goes out through sweat, right? That's how the body works. It's like a filtration from salt water into a beautiful spring.
Salt that doesn't kill you makes you vascular.
Yes, that's the name of the episode, Nicole. Thank you so much, Torchy, for coming on. I will say this. I'll cut this part out if you... Would you like me to cut out the bat pussy stuff?
I mean, I don't know anymore. I'm questioning why I'm on this podcast.
We enjoy you.
Uh-huh.
You're cool.
Uh-huh.
You're Torchy.
Uh-huh.
You're a berry on fire.
I mean, like, I don't, I guess I need to listen to more of your episodes because I don't know. I don't want to, like, I don't. My answer is I don't know.
All right. This comes out Thursday. Do you have, 1, thank you for being here, and 2, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, please follow me on the Twitch on my stream at TorchyBerry. I also have an Instagram that I barely post on, which is still at TorchyBerry. Yeah, I have a short out on the interwebs called Speed Dating. And yeah, I'll say hi to my roommate, Goose von Kaiser.
Hell yeah. Send me a link to that short, so I'll link it in the episode description.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Nicole, what you got to plug?
As always, I'm Darling Homebody on social
Yes, Darling
medias. Go to darlinghomebody.com for creepy, cute stuff that I make, and patreon.com/darlinghomebody for a monthly sticker or magnet. But I'm currently working on a Darling Homebody Society on my website that's in the works, so stay tuned for that, I guess.
Hell yeah. Hey guys, if you're listening to this right now, I believe September 1st is when my episode of The Rom Complex with Sam and R2 Shelby 2, we did Dudley Do Right, and I thought it was more of a rom-com than it eventually was. The first time I watched it, I was very stoned. However, I think still a funny movie. Check that out, and you'll hear more about Formulaic, the new podcast we're doing. But that's all good and well. Head over to MLMpod.com for more information about all the bullshit I do. But what you really need to do is sign up over at patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content. But at the $10 mark, you get even more content, like straight to Patreon. We're doing a Vampiro movie from like 1994. He starred in it when he was wrestling in Mexico. And guess who's going to be on that? Goose freaking Von Kaiser, baby. So check that out, or I guess go over to patreon.com/MLMpod.com to check that out. And you get, if you're at the $10 mark, I really need to write this down so it's all succinct and whatever. But it's because I plug things that are coming up. I should just stop doing that. Just explain what's going on, James. You also get shout outs at the $10 tier. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, the Waz, Orion, he's a rapper, Defo, D-F-O, Kayla, aka Two Grapes, Jordan B, the Chaos Witch, Nicole's brother, Joshua, Steve Barnes, he's the co-host with me of Sweet Child of Time, check that podcast out. Oh my God, it's my mother. And finally, Lil Corey's BFF and roommate, Shane. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
And I'm TorchyBerry.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit MLMpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Okay. Center yourself, Nicole.
Don't tell me what to do.
I learned how to relax from Stephen Grew. You have to lay on your back with your legs open wide and breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, it was very odd. I can't wait to talk about that man on a podcast. Okay.
Great. A different podcast.
Get
sir.
out of here, Nicole. I'm trying. You keep interrupting.
Oh, this is my fault.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
What?
But oh no, sorry. I keep interrupting. I can't tell with the way our setup is like when to intercede and when to not. So I do apologize if I am.
Just talk over us. Once you start talking, we'll stop talking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's truly do it.